this is Rob Lay, 1980 Sports Cards, and now for a completely different type of video. I just took my daughter, moved her into college Saturday, freshman year. So now I'm taking about a 3-week road trip to enjoy time on my own, going to Colorado, going to Kansas. My girlfriend will join me for a while, but I figured the trip up to Colorado, I would take my time. I'm going to drive 900 miles in 3 days, so that's going to leave quite a bit of time to look for card shops. So I've scouted it out a little bit, but the first one is going to be in Wichita Falls, and I think I'll spend the night in Amarillo tonight, and there's a couple card shops to look at there. So we'll just have to see. Stay tuned. I'll give an update after every shop. All right, here we go. Stop number 1 on the road trip, Cards and Culture in Wichita Falls. And there's the 89 Fleer, Bill Ripken. It's the blackout version, not the FF version. All right, this is Wichita Falls, and I just left Cards and Culture. Really, really nice guy, very clean shop, nice, mostly modern. He said he had no 80s cards, and I was going through all the glass, and I actually found the 89 Billy Ripken with the blackout bat, not the FF. But so there was one 80s cards in there that wasn't interested in. I was also looking for some more modern prospects, but they didn't have any of those either. But really nice guy, and they go to the Dallas Card Show, so I'm sure I'll see him again. I asked him what other places in Wichita Falls he recommended, and I said, I collect vintage too. So he recommended the Cool Card Shop, but I looked them up, and unfortunately they are closed today. So off to Amarillo we go. All right, here we go in Amarillo, S&S Sports Cards, stop number 2 on the road trip. Here we go, the vintage. We've got an 88 top set. We've got 88 tops rack packs, $89, $88, an $86 set, 86 top set. And some very nice vintage, but I don't see any 80s. All right, just got out of S&S Sports Cards in Amarillo, and as you saw, that consignment glass, there was a couple 80s sets, a couple late 80s junk wax packs, and then they had some vintage regular cards, commons, not even really any blue chips. But talking to the guys, they don't do much baseball. They're pretty much 80% football, like here in Amarillo, Friday Night Lights. They're just heavy on football, which I don't mind, but it's not the stuff I'm looking for right now. And I also asked them if there's any other stores in Amarillo, and they basically said no, they were it. So stop number 2, card shop number 2, strike 2. All right, here in the Walmart parking lot, because I've struck it out so far at card shops, so I just had to, I'm gonna stay here tonight. So the Walmart was pretty stocked up here in Amarillo. I got Series 2, which is has a Celebrini, 2 Young Guns in here, plus a 94 die cut. But it's retail, so we know how that goes. But only $40, and you get 84 cards. So not too bad. I also got the 25 Topps Chrome. I got 4 boxes of the boosters, which I've opened this before, and I like them. I love the sepia refractors, or however you pronounce that. And I think it has the ray waves in here too. But you don't get many numbered cards or autographs, but still a fun little rip for $40. So my first day on the card hunting road trip, and this is all I have to show for it. All right, here we go, Colorado Springs, our first stop here, number 3 card shop on the road trip. Iron Line Collectibles, #1 in Colorado Springs. All right, here we go, Colorado Springs. Stop #2, stop #4 for the overall trip, Dell's Sports Cards. I'm north on 25 out of Colorado Springs, headed to Denver. I can't get out of Colorado Springs fast enough. Not great experiences with the card shops. The Iron Lion was really nice and everybody was very nice, but it's more of a trading card game shop. But it was very nice. I wish I had a shop like that close to me in Dallas, because I'd probably get back into Magic again. It looks like they have a lot of weekly games and tournaments and stuff, so that was cool. Not many singles. They actually have quite a bit of sports wax, but that's it. The worst All right, we made it to Denver. This is overall stop #5 and stop #1 in Denver, Mike's Sports Cards. I've heard great things about this one, so can't wait to check it out.
These top scroll ones here. Yeah. Which ones are the
All right, just left Mike's Sports Cards in Denver, and I really liked them. Really nice guys. Plenty of wax selection, plenty of singles, a few graded premium type cards, not a whole lot of 80s, as you saw in the video, a couple dozen, and then probably a couple dozen older vintage cards as well. But what was really funny is I was walking down the glass and the price sheet for wax looked exactly like one of my local card shops all the way back in Texas, and sure enough, they're the same owner. So here in Denver, Mike's Sports Cards are owned by the same owner as like Triple Sports Cards in Keller, and I think they own a lot of other shops in the Dallas area. I don't know about where else besides Denver, but that's pretty interesting. So anyway, you saw what they had for 80s, not too much, but at least something. And all I bought was 2021 Upper Deck Hockey Series 1, just so I could rip it tonight. But that's all we got so far. All right, here we go. Stop #6, stop #2 in Denver, the Hobby Stores. Picked up 2 boxes of 25 Bowman Hobby. All right, this is stop #7 on the road trip, #3 in Denver. We got Dell's Sports Collectibles. All right, finally some success at Bill's Collectibles in Denver. We hit the 80s jackpot. They had tons of 80 sets, they had a ton of 80 singles. So I picked up an 82 top set, 83 top set, 85, 84 flair, 85 flair set, 81 tops traded. And the cool thing was they had all the rookies and the nice cards already in holders, so I could kind of pre-grade them. You know, that's a great looking McGuire. But anyway, all the top rookies were already in top loaders, so I could look at them and got a great deal for all these. So Bills in Denver. All right, here we go. Card shop number 8 in Denver. This is the last one of the road trip from Dallas to Vail. Cheek and Dom's awesome card shop. I made it to Vail, and so I wanted to give an overall summary of the 900-mile trip. I did hit 8 different card shops as summarized before. So just kind of going back over them, as I was kind of in a rush when I was visiting the stores. It was a good experience. I don't know if I would recommend it, especially for 80s cards. Vintage or 80s, card shops just don't deal in them. They don't make money with 80s cards and vintage. Everybody's making their money now selling wax and then buying the cards back at a big discount from comps and then marking them up and putting them in their glass. So that seems to be the business model now, not selling collectible vintage and 80s. So, you know, still online auctions and really, really big card shows like the Dallas Card Show are the best places to find vintage and 80s. But it was still fun, so I just wanted to review real quick. First stop, Wichita Falls, Cards and Culture. Kind of a nice, small, modern shop. Not anything for 80s, except that Billy Ripken Blackout. S&S Sports Cards, Amarillo. Really good for modern football, not much baseball. Iron Lion Collectibles in Colorado Springs. Really good for trading card games, especially Magic. They do have some baseball wax and a couple singles and slabs, but not much. Dell's Cards is an old school place, but those owners are just grouchy. Terrible customer service, and everything is way marked up. I just don't think they want to sell anything. And on top of that, even though they're an old school card shop, they don't have any 80s or vintage, so it's just ridiculous. And Mike's Stadium Sports in Aurora, Colorado is actually really nice, especially for modern. Tons of singles, tons of boxes to go through, like $1, $3, $5 boxes. They did have some 80s, and they were really nice in there, so I like them. Hobby Source in Denver is really, really small, but they did have some 80s in there. Really good prices on wax. I think they're in with Fanatics, so they've got a lot of the new stuff. But mainly Pokemon. Bill Sports Collectibles in Denver was my absolute favorite. They were loaded up with vintage and 80s, both sets and singles, and actually really good prices. And not only the vintage and 80s did they have good prices, but they have a ton of wax in there too. That's out of the 8 card shops I went to on this trip, they had the best prices for wax, a lot of it 10 to 20% below market. And then the last place was Cheek and Dom's, which is kind of small, a lot of singles. They had a lot of value bin boxes in there, but they just deal with modern. So anyway, it was a good experience. Going for 80s, didn't find a lot. I don't know if I'd recommend this trip. I think it would be more efficient to do more research and just pick out 1 or 2 shops that had what you're looking for with your interests, and then just spend more time there. Like I would have picked Bill's and maybe Mike's and just focused on those. But yeah, that was my road trip. Hope you enjoyed it.